Hey everyone, welcome back. And if you're new to the channel, welcome, glad to have you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so we can be friends. Today I'm going to show you how to make a 3-tier pop-up card. So you can see I've got the card all set up above, but I'm going to show you how to do it. So the one thing you need to keep in mind with this type of card is how wide your cut lines are. So let me show you. So we're going to go to Shapes, grab a score line, switch it to a cut line, a basic cut, rotate it 90 degrees, and we want it to be 5 inches. So we're going to place that. Again, we're going to eyeball at this point. We'll line everything up after, but we're going to duplicate it. Eyeball that, and there's the top and bottom of our bottom cut line. We're going to do the same for the middle. We'll duplicate it. I'm going to make the middle one 4.5 inches. We'll make 2 of those. I'm going to duplicate again. Move this one up, and we're going to make it 4 inches. And we want 1 more of those. So I know it's not perfect here on the screen, but to get the proper height and everything, we're going to get score lines for the side. But first, we're going to highlight everything and align center horizontally. So there we go. Everything's lined up. So we'll go back to our shapes, grab our score line. I'm going to make the score line 1.5 inches. Let's zoom in so you can see what I'm doing a bit better. Actually, let's make it 1 inch. I think that's what I used before. Yeah, that's better. So if your bottom cut line is where you want it, line it up corner to corner, left corner. Then you can, that one, the top one just has to come up a bit. Duplicate. Move a score line to the other side. So there's the bottom one done. We are cutting horizontally and scoring vertically. You'll do the same for the next 2, and you'll have to move them around on the screen to be able to kind of get that sorted. Next, what I did, so I'm just going to delete this because you're just, as I said, going to do the same for the middle and the top. So there's what your finished one will look like. Get everything attached. Now I want an insert to, make it look even more pretty. So you can see I cut these out here. This part was super easy. We're going to go to Shapes, grab a square, unlock the square, bring it over, line it up to what size you'll want your inside insert to be. We'll change the color to yellow, and then go and grab another square. This one you want to unlock height-wise. Make it a little bigger than your vertical score line. So I'm going to do 1.25 inches. And I'm going to line this up on the opposite side. And I'm going to make it a little bigger than what is being cut and scored on the card. Hopefully that makes sense. So you see that popped over a little bit? I'm going to do another one. Do it slightly under so it's a little easier for you to see what I'm doing. Change the height back to 1.25. So we're cutting this a little bigger than our score line. So it has to go around it. So we've unlocked this one. There we go. So now I'm going to bring it over to the other side. I'm going to line it up with the score line best I can. And center it on the top and bottom cut line. So let me zoom in so you can see this a bit better. So there. Grab your yellow piece, hit shift, grab your tab piece, click slice. So there's our bottom one cut out. Let's remove all the pieces we don't need. So now when I line this up, see, you can see the top and bottom cut lines and the score lines. So do that for the middle and the top. Once you get to that point, you can duplicate it and flip horizontally. And then you have your two pieces. System's being a little crazy here. I won't do the other ones because you got the gist of it. And then the last thing I want to do is I want to be able to put something over our pop-outs just to make it look a bit more pretty. So I chose clouds. Let me move that to the front. And I unlocked them and I sized them up a little smaller than the 5 inches. I did this one 4.9. Then the next one, remember, is 4.5, so I did 4.4. And then the top one's 4 inches and I did 3.9. That's so there's no interference as you're opening and closing the card. So keep that in mind. Zoom out here. So the only other thing you have to do with whatever your insert is add a score line in the center. So we'll go to the light colored one here. There's the score line. Here is everything cut out. Just a quick tip, if you're doing print and cut like I've done for our lovely princesses here, make sure you calibrate your machine. Just because there's a lot of fine cuts in there, I had to calibrate twice. So that's about as good as I can get it. But first thing we're going to do is work on this card. So you have to be gentle when you're doing this. So I'm just going to fold these. We'll get a fold in them. So these 3 I folded inwards. Score lines there. If you bend the paper, that's okay. Remember, this is all gonna, for the most part, will be hidden with the clouds. Then flip over and fold in the regular ones. And again, you're just kind of getting it started. Okay, you can grab the whole thing and just start folding it. And if you've done your calculations right, nothing's going to be poking out the side. Make sure to give all your score lines a good fold. So there. So there's the card opening up. It should look great. Next, I'm going to attach our kind of inserts there, just to get them done and out of the way. Move our lovely ladies out of the way as well. Again, if you have glue, you could use glue for this. We don't want that lifting up, so I'll do in there as well. There we go. I'll get the other side done and then I'll be back. So there's the inside of the card. So let's attach our cute clouds. We'll start from biggest bottom to top or top to bottom, whatever is going to work best for you. So remember, we put the score lines in them. Actually, it'll probably be easiest to work from the top. So you could pre-place them if you want, just to get an idea of where they're all going to go, but they shouldn't interfere with anyone. And just remember, you don't want to be poking out the top as well. So I'll get mine glued down and then we'll get on to the next step. So there are all of our clouds attached. Now at this point, you can attach this to your main part of the card if you want. If you want to wait till later, that's fine. I think it will be easiest to do it now. So let's get that attached. So you can see I went with lots of different pinks and this one's almost like a peachy pink. So I always find the easiest way to attach cards is to tape up the one side. Line it up. There we go. Tape's not working the best. Okay, so get it lined up, top, bottom. And then slide it over. So that side is attached. I'll do the same for the other side. Then we'll start adding all of our lovely ladies. Okay, here are my ladies kind of laid out, how they're going to go on there. And I'm just basing this on the width. So you can see like Belle with her dress is very wide. There's not enough room for two girls side by side on those two levels. So kind of keep that in mind. I use Design Space to get this sorted out. But again, whatever is going to work for you. Now, I was debating on using foam dots for this, but I just don't think it's going to work that well. So we kind of want them in the clouds, but we don't want them overlapping on top. So we'll do a few here, then I'll do the rest off camera. Now you might find that glue is easier for this. Like Jasmine here, she is very tiny. So she's not fitting on there as well. So there, I'll get the rest done and then we'll do the front of the card. Okay, now for the front. So I was debating, do we lay flat or use foam dots? And I think foam dots are the winners here. I need to get to the store and actually get some more. Like I got less than half a sheet left. So for the glitter, you can see it kind of has a shadow to it. I used iron-on and it kind of shifted on me on the cardstock. So be careful of that. So we got it all laid out. Oh, I can see a piece of paper that didn't get weeded. It weeded itself there. Give all the towers a foam dot. We want them to look good. Perfect. I pulled off the backing of the foam squares when you weren't looking. Try and get this nice and even. Oh, very pretty. Okay, same thing for the happy and the birthday. I'll get those attached, then I'll show you the final card. Okay, got that attached. Now, because this is now three-dimensional, I don't want to flip it over and put the tape on. So we're going to put the tape on this part of the card. So always keep that in mind. But you probably already knew that. Okay, let's get this lined up. Press it down firmly, and we're all done. Here is the final reveal of the 3-tier pop-up card. So here's our front. We've given it the 3D look with the foam tape. Super cute. Loving how it turned out. I think all the colors look fantastic. Hopefully I can kind of show you the holographic sheen to the silver there in the paper. You'll see it more on the inside. But we pop in. There are all our lovely ladies. Try and pick up that holographic sheen. I think it looks fantastic. You know, a little bit of prep work to get the card ready. But once you have the main base of the card ready, all you're really doing is looking for images. And depending on who the card's for and what they like, switch it up. Because what if they don't like Disney princesses? You know, what if they like Transformers or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? You know, you can definitely. But this one is obviously a very Disney princess themed one, and I think it turned out fantastic. So thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate you. Till next time.